motherland. View the mouth-watering menu at pomodoros.com.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Good morning, Cornelius. This is Officer Vinnie DiGerolamo from the Cornelius Police Department, and it's about town today. I'm filling in for Mayor Woody Washam on today's show, which I'm very honored to do. As you know, the second Thursday of each month, we discuss public safety, and we try to have various guests on the show. Well, today I have two very special guests with me. They are Josh Allen and Gabe Stainback. They are Cornelius's newest police officers. So new that, in fact, tonight is their graduation from BLET, which is Basic Law Enforcement Training. This program is basically a 16-week police academy. It has various different training aspects. There's actually like 36 blocks of instruction. There's, obviously there's physical fitness training, there's firearms training, there's defensive driver training. There's many, many different aspects of the different laws, motor vehicle law, criminal law. The same academy that I went through, honestly, not too long ago. It's been about 3 years for me. As most of you know, I came from a different career. I was a firefighter and decided I want to be a police officer here in Cornelius. And at the ripe old age at 53, I decided to take the plunge and go through the academy, which was the best experience of my life. And now I get to sit with these young officers and share their experiences. So, guys, we are so proud of you, from the Cornelius Police Department. Welcome to our CPD family. I think you're going to do very well. And I like for them to introduce themselves. So the first guest, Josh Allen, can you tell us a little bit about who you are, where you came from, and why you decided to get into law enforcement?
Yeah, my name's Josh Allen. I'm 22 and originally from Mooresville, North Carolina. So I've been around the area pretty much my whole life. It's just something, being a police officer has always been something I've been interested in. Had a family background in it, so just kind of wanted to follow in their footsteps.
All right, that's great. That's great. And our second guest is, I introduce Gabe. Gabe, same question, what, tell us about yourself, where you came from, and why you chose a law enforcement career.
Yeah, so I grew up in Concord, North Carolina. Ended up going to college in High Point, at High Point University. Got my criminal justice degree. And after that, I kind of, just lived my life, worked some security gigs here and there. And eventually I just kind of wanted to step it up. So joined law enforcement.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great. Yeah, it's one of those careers where you can truly make a difference, in someone else's life, right? It's a very rewarding career. I think, when you finally sit back and you retire, you can think about all the good things you did, in the community. Look, our number one job is to uphold the law, is to enforce the law, but really what it comes down to is community, right? We are public figures. We want to make sure that we represent our police department to the highest standard that we can. And again, it's just something that is really, really noteworthy at the end. We meet so many people, right? Like we meet a lot of people who are in different various businesses. And it's funny because they don't want to hear about, they don't want to talk about themselves. Like we'll ask people, hey, so what do you do? And they're like, oh, I'm in banking, I'm in finance, I'm in accounting, but forget me. I want to know what you guys do. Like, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen, right? That's the first question that I know I get, or we all get as police officers, right? Like, man, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen, or what's the most exciting thing you've been on, and you try to not give too much detail, but we have different things that we do every day, and that's the great thing about law enforcement, because every day is different. It's not the same mundane, task every day, right? So, my next question is, we know there are many police departments that are always hiring. A lot of police departments unfortunately, they're understaffed, and they're always looking for good young men and women who want to join the police force. And during BLET, we know it's open season for recruitment, right? You've So you've got 45 recruits, and I'm sure, Josh, you probably met so many recruiters from different agencies, right?
Definitely, yeah. I definitely talked to several of them, and during the course, they're all trying to come up and see who's a free agent on the market. So
Yeah, that's right. How about you, Gabe? Did you experience any other departments that were kind of seeking you out?
Not really, not so much. When I decided to come back to the area, Cornelius was kind of the main place I was focused on. So when I applied, I kind of waited to hear back from them first before
Right.
talking to other recruiters and whatnot. But during BLET, absolutely, I definitely met with a lot of people, and they're like, "Oh, you should have talked to us,"
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. But I was already where I was supposed to be. So
Yeah. Yeah. And to your point, again, it's kind of open season, right? Like you're just, they're just sharks in the water. And again, they're going after good men and women who want to, join their department. And of course, they're asking the instructors, they're asking the BLET director about you. Hey, what do you think about this guy, Josh? Or what type of officer do you think Gabe is going to be? So my question is, why Cornelius? Why did you decide to come to Cornelius to be a police officer when you had probably the opportunity to go anywhere you wanted?
yeah, I just like the small town feel of Cornelius. As I growing up in the area, I grew up on the lake, been around the area a bunch. I just kind of know what the town's like and the people that are in it, and definitely something where I wanted to work, be a part of the community here.
Yeah, that's great. And you already mentioned it too, Gabe. Why you wanted to come to Cornelius, right? It's just again, it's that small town feel. It's just enough to keep you busy and not, but not enough to keep you bored, right?
Right,
So,
definitely.
but yeah, that's why I chose Cornelius myself. But we have so many good things to offer in the town, and the community is just fantastic. We get so much support from our mayor and our council, people. They love the police department, and they do whatever they can to support us. And that's big. I've been through a lot of towns in my day where there's the relationship between the town and the public servants are not the best. There's a lot of differences of opinion and things like that. So we're very lucky to have a very supportive town, and our administration too. That's the biggest thing. We have a great police chief, David Bockham. We have a great deputy chief, Jennifer Thompson. Our captains, our lieutenants, our sergeants. They truly care about the officers. So, and that's something to be said. And we're a family. Like so. One of the things, Josh, do you know our motto? Do you know our police department motto?
Oh, that's
Not
a
yet.
test question.
Okay, that's a test question. Gabe, what about you?
Mhm. I know I've seen it on the wall, but it slipped my mind.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, get to know it. So,
Okay.
but hey, it's family strong, community focused, right?
Yeah.
So we care about our families. We care about your family. We care about people out there. And community. We're all about community. So it's super important to keep that. But with that being said, we are going to be right back after a word from our sponsors, and we'll continue the show with our newest police officers, Gabe and Josh Allen.
More About Town with Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam. Coming up on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Oh boy, what a difference a day makes. The cold is back again. The dry weather is back too. Plenty of sunshine, high temperatures in the upper 40s, still with a bit of a breeze for the afternoon. Under a clear sky, we'll go back down into the upper 20s to near 30 again overnight and get into the low 50s for our Friday with a partly cloudy sky. We'll stay chilly and dry through Saturday, tracking our next chance for rain again by Sunday. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The app with Lake Norman deals. The WSIC app is out now, wherever you get your apps.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Embrace the magic of the season at a classic Christmas in Mooresville on Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. in the heart of downtown. Traditional holiday activities such as ice skating, horse-drawn wagon rides, Santa visits, food vendors, warm beverages, and carolers are all part of the festivities. A classic Christmas in Mooresville promises a nostalgic and heartwarming experience for the whole family this Friday in downtown. Join the Gingerbread House Workshop this Saturday in downtown Statesville. Fun Christmas activities for kids take place at 10:30 a.m., 11:15, and noon at the Watering Hole on West Broad Street. All supplies are provided and fun for all ages. Registration is required. Visit Gingerbread Workshop for Kids on Facebook for details. The Town of Troutman Jingle Run 5K takes place on Sunday. The race will run through the Town of Troutman starting at the Town Hall. Register at runsignup.com and we will see you Sunday in Troutman for the Jingle Run 5K. Trivia is back at Micaiah's in Mooresville on Tuesday, December 17th. Join me, Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show, and Joe Berg, host of the Scoreboard, as we test your trivia knowledge with a fun game and prizes for the winners. Call your friends, form your team, or play solo. We'll see you at Micaiah's in Mooresville on Tuesday, December 17th for trivia with the WSIC on-air crew. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through Sunday, January 5th. The light show features more than 5 million lights synchronized to music on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. Plus drive-in movies on the gigantic Speedway TV, as well as a festive Christmas village. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
We're back with more of About Town with Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back, Cornelius. This is Officer Vinnie DiGerolamo from the Cornelius Police Department, and it's Public Safety Day. As you know, again, the second Thursday of every month, we talk about public safety. We have different various guests on, and again today, if you're just tuning in, today I have two of Cornelius's newest police officers. We are really proud to have these guys. Again, they just finished a 16-week program, which is basic law enforcement, and actually, they're graduating tonight. So that's exciting for you guys, right?
Thank you.
It was a long 16 weeks, I'm sure, but we have Josh Allen and Gabe Stainback with us. So one of the questions is, and again, I know something about this because I went through the same program you did. You know, Mitchell Community College has a great program. CPCC has a great program. There's so many colleges that offer BLET, right? But there's just something to be said about the ones that you got, the one that you guys went to. So, Josh, tell me a little bit about, what did you like most about BLET?
I just had a good time getting to know everybody that was in my class. We had a pretty big class, and it was like 45 of us to start. About 40 of us finished off. So it was very much a family-oriented class. We all got really close with each other. I think a lot of us became really good friends, and just got to enjoy each other. Outside of class, I feel like it made a lot of friendships, and outside of class, which will help fellow departments or whatever, down the street if you need something. I feel like, I got several people that I can reach out to and,
right.
Maybe get some help for us and Cornelius here.
Yeah, that's one thing you do is you build long-lasting relationships in BLET. Like I still talk to the guys, that I graduated with. As a matter of fact, Ian Foster is our police officer here in town. Him and I went to BLET together, walked in, and we sat next to each other the whole time. And just, man, I don't know what this is all about, but we just did it. We just and we're really good friends today. But tell me, Josh, tell me some of the challenges that you had. Some of the more difficult challenges that you felt were in BLET.
Definitely challenges for me was after those long 12-plus hour days of being in the classroom or being at the driver's track or whatever, then still having to go home and study for those tests. It's 12 hours plus in class, and then having to go home and study and trying to eat and try to get a good night's rest before your next test coming up was definitely probably the hardest part. Just long, grueling days.
Yeah. Yep, I know something about that till you get home, and if you folks out there don't know, like you begin the academy 8 o'clock in the morning, you get several breaks, but during your breaks, it's PT break. Like
Yep.
you don't get to just have, cookies and milk, right? You're out in the hallway doing push-ups, right? And doing jumping jacks and, you're just kind of, studying and you're doing everything you can during the break. And then after an 8-hour classroom day, we have PT, which consists of running and jumping and stair climbing and push-ups and like anything the instructor wanted to have that day for PT, that's what you did. So yeah, you're looking at a 12-hour day. And after the ice bath and the Advil, you're now studying because come Friday there's 3 exams that you have to take, in each one of these blocks of instruction. So I'm with you, man. I mean, I get it, How about you, Gabe? Tell me some of the things that you really liked about BLET and some of the challenges.
Okay, so I think the thing I liked the most about BLET was the instruction and the instructors, because everybody comes in there. A lot of folks are coming from backgrounds where they don't know anything about law enforcement, like me, for example. I had a little bit of security experience, but I didn't know anything about the type of stuff that we were dealing with in this course.
Right,
But the instructors were very supportive. They answered all the questions that you had, even if they were silly questions. There were no silly questions in there. So
That's right.
especially hard topics like domestic violence or, anything violent, people coming in there, we have all these questions about, what do we do in this situation, or can we do this? Can we do that? Especially, learning the law, what you can do, what you can't do. It was just a lot of material and a lot of new things that we were learning. So I think the instructors did a good job of introducing us to the content and kind of what we were supposed to do as police officers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say some of the challenges are? Like some of the things that you kind of said to yourself, "Oh man, this is gonna be tough,"
I would say the biggest challenge is the duration you have to be mentally there. Like you can't check out at any time, because if you do, that could be it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly
So,
right.
if you don't hang in there, then you just spent all that time for nothing. You put in all that work away from your family and your friends and stuff. So it's just being present and paying attention. So that's the biggest challenge.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you just brought up. And for me, that was the challenge too, because again, I went into it a little bit older. I haven't taken any tests or anything like that in a really long time, but it was being away from family.
Mm-hmm.
Like you basically go home and tell your moms or dads, your husbands, wives, significant others, whoever, well, I'll see you in 16 weeks, because you come home and you lock yourself in a room,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what it's about, right? And your cadets, your your classmates, they become your new family. You're all in it together, right? So, but yeah, I mean that's a really good point. Is it's funny because at the graduation we actually thank the families for giving up you guys, right? For all the sacrifice that they have to make, when you're not around. So it's definitely a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you know, the Cornelius Police Department, we have many different divisions, right? We have specialized divisions. We have CRU, which is your crime reduction unit, street crime unit. We have narcotics. We have canine. We've got lake patrol, criminal investigation unit. We've got support services. That's what we do, right? Community engagement, recruitment. There are so many different avenues other than patrol. We have a traffic unit that's included with patrol, right? So we have different specialized units and divisions that you can grow and you can possibly have the opportunity to transfer. So I'm going to ask you, Josh, like down the line, other than patrol, what is your interest? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, what would you like to do other than patrol within the police department?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I've quite found my niche yet, because I haven't really been able to get out there quite yet. But definitely, I think at the end of the day, SWAT and K9 definitely sound interesting to me. I think it's definitely something that I want to be able to get into here in the next couple of years.
Yeah. Speaking of SWAT team, and I think I might have missed them, but which, you really can't. I mean, there's such an intricate specialized trained unit, and it's the just talk about SWAT team for a minute. It's the North Mecklenburg Regional SWAT team, so it's made of Cornelius, Huntersville, and Davidson, and these are highly trained individuals who go beyond our BLET training, with firearms and special weapons and tactics and things. But we also have crisis negotiators as part of that. I am a hostage crisis negotiator. Our Sergeant Scott Lee is a negotiator. Our Lieutenant Sarver is a negotiator. We also have our DC, Jennifer Thompson, is a negotiator. John Williams is another sergeant we have. And we have also negotiators from Davidson and Huntersville. When someone's in crisis, in a situation, they need someone to talk to. They don't know what to do. They're scared. They have all these emotions running through their brains, and sometimes they, like they just don't know what to do, and they need someone to kind of help talk them through these things. So the crisis negotiator team is part of the SWAT team. Again, this is something you guys can do if you feel comfortable, talking to people. You're a good influencer. You can help de-escalate situations. That's something you can also get into. How about you, Gabe? What division do you think you'd like to see yourself in, or what really interests you within the police department?
For me, I'm kind of interested in everything. So
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I just don't like to sit still and see the monotony every day. So the fact that Cornelius offers so many different opportunities, and I've heard other officers have done one thing, then after a couple of years they move to another thing, and
sure.
Everybody just kind of circulates like that and gets more and more training and expertise in different areas. That's kind of what attracted me. But yeah, there's different units like the bicycle unit. I wouldn't mind riding the bike up and down the road. Just
right,
something small like that.
Of course,
is fun. Just get
Yeah.
outside, active, talking to people, and keep moving. The K9 also interested me, and I was just talking to somebody today about the drones they have. So they said they have a drone.
Yep.
And I like to be up in the air, seeing stuff like that too.
Yeah.
I have some experience flying a little bit, so it'd be cool to get back and see.
Some experience. This man has his own plane.
Yeah, I know. That's right.
A little bit, just a little experience.
Yeah. Wow, that's exciting, man.
Yeah,
it's really good. And it's funny because I actually sat on your oral board, and I asked you that question too, and I'm like, well, so you're a pilot, but what do you want to be a police officer for? You know, and it's all good stuff, But yeah, so there are so many opportunities for you, guys, and for really anyone who's interested in different aspects of the police department, learning different things. And I can tell you, learn as much as you can. You want to be well-rounded, because when the time comes for promotion, we have corporal, obviously we have sergeant, captain, lieutenant, like all the way up to chief, right? You should be able to sit in that assessment and say, I have done K9, I've done SWAT, I've gone Lake Patrol, like you want to be well-rounded, but not too much where you're bouncing around that often. Obviously you want to be a master at a craft, right? And you may like patrol, you may say, listen, I like patrol. I've got friends that have been patrol officers for 25 years, and they're okay with that, but you wear many different hats. As a patrol officer, you wear many different hats. You have to be a detective. You've got to try to solve some of the cases. You have to write your own reports. You've got to be a community engagement officer. You got to be a traffic officer. You got to take crash reports and things like that. But we'll talk more about it when we return. Again, this is Officer Vinnie DiGerolamo. We'll be right back here at About Town once we hear from our sponsors.
From 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Oh boy, what a difference a day makes. The cold is back again. The dry weather is back too. Plenty of sunshine, high temperatures in the upper 40s, still with a bit of a breeze for the afternoon. Under a clear sky, we'll go back down into the upper 20s to near 30 again overnight and get into the low 50s for our Friday with a partly cloudy sky. We'll stay chilly and dry through Saturday, tracking our next chance for rain again by Sunday. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
This holiday season, visit Nina's Boutique and Antiquity. Whether it's a festive outfit or the perfect gift, we have something special waiting for you. Happy holidays from Nina's Boutique.
Year-end specials, Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville. How about this for a bargain? 2024 Chevrolet Equinoxes. These are the LT models as low as $22,770. We have got over 25 of these vehicles in stock. You pick the color, drive it home today. That is a Randy Marion Chevrolet Statesville special. Again, $22,770. Only a couple thousand miles on these vehicles. Come see them today. Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Do you want the best rates on term life insurance? Then remember this number, 800-917-2410. Protect your family with $250,000 or more in term life insurance coverage and save up to 75%. Rates are lower than they have ever been, so now is the best time to protect your family with quality term life insurance. Call now for your free quote, 800-917-2410. We'll shop the top-rated insurance companies to get you the best rates from companies you can count on. So don't wait any longer. Call now for the lowest rates ever and save up to 75%. Even if you have term life insurance, you can always add more coverage. If you don't, have term life insurance protect your family today. The call is free. Call Term Direct now. 800-917-2410. 800-917-2410. 800-917-2410.
The number one station for people who say we're their favorite station.
WSIC. This is a Bloomberg Monday Minute. Auction House Sotheby's is laying off more than 100 people as the company tries to right its finances. The auction house confirmed to Art News that the majority of the cuts will include back office workers, junior staffers, and specialists in various departments. Sotheby's says market challenges this year forced it to take a careful look at its business and its staffing levels as it moves forward. Meta Platforms takes a step trying to build a positive relationship with the incoming Trump administration. After a tense history, Meta has donated $1 million to President-elect Trump's inaugural fund. Reports today tracking last month's producer prices and last week's new jobless claim filings show both readings higher than forecast. That raises worry about economic weakness and Fed Reserve hesitation over cutting interest rates. Little surprise that many Wall Street traders are taking a breather. Dow losing 0.25%, same with the NASDAQ. S&P 500 right now down about 0.1%. Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Radio.
It ain't easy being number one, but we make it look good.
WSIC.
It's About Town with Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
And we are back once again. About Town. Officer Vinnie DiGerolamo here, filling in for Mayor Woody Washam on our radio show here. And again, if you're coming in late, this is our Public Safety Day. I've got two special guests here. I've got two of Cornelius's brand new police officers. They graduate tonight from the police academy, and again, we're really proud of them. We have Josh Allen and we have Gabe Stainback. So earlier in the show, we talked about some of the sacrifices that you guys have made, you know, that your family makes during BLET. But, it goes beyond just BLET. Now that you're going to be police officers, there's a lot of sacrifices, right? We know that we don't have a regular Monday through Friday 9 to 5 schedule unless you're in a specialized division, unless you are, again, in a division that will allow you to have that schedule. But we know patrol is a very up and down schedule, right? So we work 12-hour shifts, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then you have 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. There's a day shift, a night shift. We just went to permanent shifts, which I'm hoping that it stays that way, but it might switch. When I first started here, when I came on, it was rotating. So every 28 days, you rotated from days to nights, which, it kind of messes up your sleep schedule. You get home at 6:30 in the morning and it's sunny out and you're trying to figure out how to get some sleep, right? just to sleep all day and then get up and have to go back to work. But we know that our firefighters, police officers, there's that there's that family time away, especially during the holidays too. We work weekends, you work holidays, you work days, you work nights. It's a crazy up and down, again, schedule. But in the end, again, it's all really worth it. But how do you feel, Josh, about working those weekends and the holidays? And you may go on nights, and you may be on nights permanently. We may go back to rotating. But how do you think you're gonna do, or like what are some of the things that you have prepared yourself mentally for this type of schedule?
Yeah, I mean, just one of those things where, right now I'm not married. I don't have any kids, so I think it's a little easier on somebody like me right now. I don't got to worry about necessarily having to deal with that side of it. Eventually down the road, I plan on having a wife and kids, but
sure,
so it'll come down to that, when we get down to it. But right now, I got a family that's supportive. They understand, how it's going to be. But it's going to suck missing some of those, those holidays and those, birthdays or family events or something.
Right.
When your family's going out of town and you'd like to go with them, you're like, well,
yeah,
I can't.
Right.
I'm kind of stuck. So it's going to be, it's going to have some rough times, but it's also going to have some, some benefits to it at the end of the day. So
yeah, definitely. How about you, Gabe? Are you prepared to get into the world of the ever changing schedules? And and again, I mean, we're lucky because we do have 15 days off a month, on that rotating schedule, which is great. But are you prepared to have those holidays and, maybe taken away and you have to work?
So I'm definitely prepared for that. Me and Josh, we're both athletes, so we've become used to having discipline to put in extra time to lead to success, and it's not just for us anymore, it's for the whole community.
Right.
So it just makes it that more important.
Yeah.
As far as, holidays and stuff like that, you just got to understand, like I just said, we're not doing it for us. We're doing it for everyone, the greater
Right.
good. So
Yeah, and I'm sure people realize that and appreciate it. While families are home and they're with their families, we're out protecting
right.
the streets and keeping everything in peace and making sure that they're okay, so they can enjoy their holidays with their families. And again, we have a very appreciative town. Everyone in town really supports our police and fire, and we're out there. We're out there to ready for a call of service. If you need us, we're going to be there. So we want to make sure that their families are safe. While they're having their gatherings, right? There's a lot of benefits that come with being in public safety, especially the health benefits here in town are fantastic. They're really, really top notch. Our health is super important. Your physical health, our mental health is really important. We see things that other people don't see. The fire department guys, they see things that people don't see, right? So once in a while, you need that break. You need to take care of yourself, because if we don't take care of ourselves, then we can't take care of anybody else. So that's why we have some of the greatest health benefits available. If we need to talk to someone about something, we always say it's okay not to be okay. There's resources for us that if we are going through something, it's okay to talk to someone, because again, we have to be mentally and physically sharp all the time. I think, Gabe, you mentioned it, like you always have to be on. Like you can't have this cloudy. Yeah, you can't have like any kind of cloudy judgment, because that could be a matter of life and death, right? So we always have to be on. We always have to have a professional public image. And again, if we're not at our very best, we've got some really good resources that can help us get back on track. And we have each other. Like if you guys ever need anything, if you're going through a rough time, you can always talk to any one of your family members, I'm going to call them, right, here in the police department. So we're really, really, really lucky with that. Now, on the fun side of things, right, days off. So, Josh, tell me Like, what do you plan on doing on your days off? Like, what are some of your hobbies? Like, what do you really like to do when you're not being, super cop?
Yeah, so I've grown up in the outdoors. So fishing and hunting is something that I definitely enjoy. I played sports my whole life. I played baseball and I had to hang those up. So I'm trying to get into golf. Trying to go from a baseball swing to golf swing doesn't work out too well. So I'm trying to figure that out. But
now, you played baseball in college, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay, now where did you play?
I played at Western Carolina University.
Okay,
so,
that's awesome. And you were a pitcher?
I was actually a two-way. So I pitched and I played short and third a little bit. So.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's a really good experience. Again, like we talk about team and family. That's, I was, always part of organized sports my whole life too. So I get the whole camaraderie thing, and I think that's why it's a good career you got into, because you're already there. You know what it is to always back each other up, right? When one of your teammates were down, if they struck out or they had a bad game, like you were there to pick them up, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's that's cool stuff. How about you, Gabe?
I have too many hobbies.
You got too many hobbies.
I have too many hobbies. I need to drop some, but
no, that's good. That's all right.
So when I first got familiar with Cornelius, it's because of the lake. I used to bring my kayak up here and go kayaking out there with a friend of mine. We come out here day, nighttime, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Go kayaking. So I like doing that when it's warm outside.
That's good.
Bicycling. I take my bike out to the trails, working out. Definitely have some good groups of friends that we go outside. We work out together. Stay
All
fit
right.
and whatnot. Motorcycles, flying, obviously. I know. Yeah.
That's
Tom Cruise life, man.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I just like staying active. Not having a boring weekend. Just go do something.
Yeah, and that's really important. But sounds like Lake Patrol maybe in your future. I don't know. I mean, you kind of like
that's
the
a
lake
different
there,
kind of boat.
Yeah, it is.
But
it is.
Maybe.
Yeah, but no, it's so true. On your days off, you need that break. You have to leave it behind. Everyone else will pick up the slack for you. But we all need that that mental and physical break. And for me, working out is my outlet. Like I just like the way it makes me feel, and again, it gets me back mentally and physically on track. And like it's just again, people always ask me. It's funny, like they'll see me out, like, how much is that vest weigh? With all the gear on it and all the stuff. Now I don't wear it as much as the patrol guys do anymore, because it's just not not the division that we're in, but. When we're out in public, of course, we do. We have to always protect ourselves, right? You never know what's going to happen. But, you give it 15 years, 10 years, like it's going to take a toll on your body. So you definitely have to keep yourself physically in shape, because it's tough. It's tough sitting in the car for 12 hours. And that's one piece of advice that I can give you, although I haven't really been doing this a long time. But I can tell you, get out of the car. And walk around and do some push-ups. I used to do push-ups and walk up and down stairs and just keep my body moving, because I can't sit in a car for 12 hours. My wife always jokes with me. She said, I would take trips up to New Jersey. She's like, you're going to drive to New Jersey? I'm like, if I can drive around in circles for 12 hours in Cornelius, I can drive to New Jersey, right? So it's not the end of the world. But so, and again, it's super important that we keep ourselves sharp. But we'll be right back here on the Woody Washam About Town show with our newest police recruits, Josh and Gabe. So stay tuned, everybody.
More About Town with Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam, coming up on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Oh boy, what a difference a day makes. The cold is back again. The dry weather is back too. Plenty of sunshine, high temperatures in the upper 40s, still with a bit of a breeze for the afternoon. Under a clear sky, we'll go back down into the upper 20s to near 30 again overnight and get into the low 50s for our Friday with a partly cloudy sky. We'll stay chilly and dry through Saturday, tracking our next chance for rain again by Sunday. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Embrace the magic of the season at a classic Christmas in Mooresville on Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. in the heart of downtown. Traditional holiday activities such as ice skating, horse-drawn wagon rides, Santa visits, food vendors, warm beverages, and carolers are all part of the festivities. A classic Christmas in Mooresville promises a nostalgic and heartwarming experience for the whole family this Friday in downtown. Join the Gingerbread House Workshop this Saturday in downtown Statesville. Fun Christmas activities for kids take place at 10:30 a.m., 11:15, and noon at the Watering Hole on West Broad Street. All supplies are provided and fun for all ages. Registration is required. Visit Gingerbread Workshop for Kids on Facebook for details. The Town of Troutman Jingle Run 5K takes place on Sunday. The race will run through the Town of Troutman starting at the Town Hall. Register at runsignup.com and we will see you Sunday in Troutman for the Jingle Run 5K. Trivia is back at Micaiah's in Mooresville on Tuesday, December 17th. Join me, Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show, and Joe Berg, host of the Scoreboard, as we test your trivia knowledge with a fun game and prizes for the winners. Call your friends, form your team, or play solo. We'll see you at Micaiah's in Mooresville on Tuesday, December 17th for trivia with the WSIC on-air crew. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through Sunday, January 5th. The light show features more than 5 million lights synchronized to music on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. Plus drive-in movies on the gigantic Speedway TV, as well as a festive Christmas village. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Family, quality, value. With a legacy of excellence for over 40 years, Horn Heating and Air Conditioning will make your house feel like a home. Welcome home to the feeling of HornHVAC.com.
Now, more About Town with Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
And we're back. About Town here with Officer Vinnie DiGerolamo filling in for Mayor Woody Washam. Again, we're talking to our newest police recruits, Gabe and Josh. And it was really, really great to have you guys on my show. This is my first time hosting the show. You know, usually the mayor's here to kind of prompt me and, you know, just ask me questions. So I hope I didn't blow it, but
no, you're natural. Feel right in.
Great.
No, but it was like I said, guys. It's really great to have you guys and our police department. You know, and we look for we're always looking for new recruits. You know, we're looking for people. We're looking for men and women who want to join the police department. We are currently hiring right now, so for the listeners out there, if anybody or someone is interested in law enforcement, please, I totally encourage you to give us a call. Our recruiter is Michael Moore here at the police department, and he can be reached at mmoore@corneliuspd.org, or simply call the police department and just let us know you're interested in law enforcement, and we will be more than happy to give you a shot. But and with that being said, real quick, there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, we just don't hire anyone. We're so lucky that we have the opportunity to only hire the best of the best. There's a really long, extensive application process. There's a background process. You guys know, right? So we pick the best of the best. So if you out there, if our listeners or anybody wants to be a police officer, wants to get a career in law enforcement, again, contact us, and we will be more than happy to sit with you and see where it goes, But yeah, it's been great, and I wish you both the best of luck tonight on your graduation. It's exciting. You got family coming?
I do,
Josh.
Yeah.
How about you, Gabe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of family, some friends.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And when you get your certificate and you get your badge pinned on your chest, that's the time. At that moment, you'll know it's all worth it, and as soon as your paperwork comes back from the state, you'll be sworn in, and That's it, man. You'll be ready to rock and roll the streets of Cornelius, So, but yeah, it's been great having you guys here, and I'm sure you and I will work together for, quite a bit. So, but we'll always be here to help you guys. So, it's great. Any last words there?
No, I
Josh?
just appreciate it. Thank you for having us on. I had a great time.
Yeah, that's
Thank
good. Yeah, that's great. So, folks, as you know, in the community, we try to do a lot of community engagement. That's one of my main roles here as a community engagement officer. We do community policing, crime prevention, and we do the community watch program. I am revamping the volunteer program. So we have the Citizens Academy every year. And the Citizens Academy basically is just the residents who live in Cornelius who want to learn a little more about what we do behind the scenes, as police officers. What are some of the divisions we have? What are some of the things we go through? It's 12 weeks. There's no push-ups involved, so that's good, right? But it's just more of learning base program, and it's 12 weeks. It's only once a week. It's on Tuesday nights from 6 to 9. We've got various instructors. We will put you through the canine training, or what the canines go through. We do firearms. We talk about different aspects of the law, and we do some fun like traffic stops. Our classes have been fantastic. So much, in fact, that we're going to run another one in March. So for your folks out there, keep an eye on our social media page. It's Cornelius Police Department, Instagram and Facebook. You can keep up with when the applications are going out for the Citizens Academy. And we've got folks who just graduated the academy from this year and from last year. Plus, we already have volunteers in place. So this Friday, I plan on getting together with all those folks, and we're going to revamp the entire volunteer program in Cornelius, because we've got a lot of people who just love the police department. They want to be volunteers. They want to help us out as much as we can, and we appreciate everything they do for us. So that's one thing we've got going on. We just wrapped up our Christmas adoptive family program, which is fantastic. We've got some folks who need a little extra help, around the holidays, and we've got these wonderful families that came forward that wanted to adopt a family to buy gifts for kids and things like that. So we just finished that up, and again, the outpour was just incredible. You open your heart to people. It's fantastic, to see that. So we thank everyone, all these families who were able to provide someone else a little extra holiday help. That's really important. So that went really well. We're doing a coat drive for Western North Carolina. It's a toy and coat drive. A lot of those folks up there, I'm sure you guys are familiar. You've heard about it. There was a devastation, with the hurricane, which we spent a lot of time up there bringing supplies. And again, the outpour from the community about providing these supplies for the victims it was fantastic. So our department came up with the Western North Carolina Christmas. We're going up to Swannanoa next Monday, and we're going to bring some toys and gifts and some coats and winter gear for the folks up there, and see what we can do just to help them. It's just, which again, we have to give back, right? I mean, we're so lucky to have what we have, and these poor folks, they lost everything, so we've got to go help. That's what you do. So we're really excited about that. We have one of the biggest things here we have coming up is is an event. It's the Lighted Boat Parade. This is a fantastic event. It begins at Blythe Landing at sunset. All these boats, I think there's like 30 boats that are going to be in this parade, and each one of the boat owners, they decorate their boats with Christmas lights and music and things like that. So again, it starts at Blythe Landing, and it stops at Ramsey Creek Park. Then it's going to go to the Peninsula Yacht Club, and then end at the Duke Energy Explorium. And this is on Saturday, I believe it's the 21st. So again, if you want to be a spectator, come out along the shoreline, and and we ask, if you're going to be a spectator, if you can possibly bring like an unwrapped toy. This all goes to a very, very worthy charitable fund called Little Smiles of Charlotte. They basically bring toys and gifts to children in hospitals. that way, they can have a nice Christmas too. So again, that's December 21st. It starts at sunset. It starts at Blythe and basically goes all through Lake Norman. It's just a great time. Really is. We have our senior luncheon coming up on December 20th. So folks, there's still time to come to the luncheon. You just have to call the police department. I think the cutoff is going to be the 18th of December, but on the 20th, we do this every year. We have, some of the older residents in town come and we provide them a nice lunch. We have our detective bureau come down and talk about fraud and scams and things to look out for. And we answer questions, and it's just a nice time to, get together with some of the community and spread some holiday cheer. We love doing that. And the volunteers don't know it yet, but they're going to be working really hard at that. So, but, again, that's why we have them, and again, we appreciate everything they do for us. So, we're so proud to have them. We've got that going on, and I'm trying to think of anything else that we may have coming up. The volunteer program, as I mentioned, and, of course, we're always hosting Coffee with a Cop, which is a great event. We pick different establishments in the town of Cornelius. We do Starbucks, Water Bean Cafe. I think we're going to go over to Kuna Coffee, and it's just a chance for some of the residents to come out and just meet some of the police officers, have a cup of coffee, and just talk about whatever you want to talk about. We always really, really enjoy that. And in the winter months, it gets a little slow, with some of these events. But then springtime, we love going to the schools. We get out to the schools. We do High Five Fridays, Fist Bump Fridays. The kids love it. It's great seeing their grumpy faces in the morning, and you're trying to give them high fives, and they're just not having it. But for the most part, they really enjoy that, and we love it too. In the summer and springtime, we have a lot of events coming up, a lot of events planned, like Touch a Truck. We're going to go to the schools. We're going to bring the fire department. We'll bring the lake boat. A lot of the officers are coming out. We're going to do a canine demonstration. So, and again, the kids love it because they have so many different questions, and they're so intrigued about what we do every day. We just spent quite a bit of time over at Grace Covenant School, the academy, and we spoke to all the different grades about drug and alcohol use, about awareness, social media, what to look out for. If you get some strange messages on your iPads, your phones, don't answer them. And we're just trying to make these kids more aware that it's out there. There's things out there that you have to be careful. And we talk about repercussions and consequences of drinking and driving, right? These are young kids, and they're going to be driving, go to parties and things like that. So we want to make them aware, hey, always make good decisions, always keep on track. But like I said, we have a lot of good things coming up, which we're always excited about. So again, please follow our social media page on Instagram and Facebook. And if you ever need anything, I'm Officer Vinnie DiGerolamo. Please reach out to me. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's talk about things. We're always here for you. So, again, to wrap up the show, once again, I want to congratulate you, Gabe, and you, Josh, on your graduation tonight. Look sharp, and we're really excited for you. So, but that's the end of our show. We're really, really happy that we had you guys on our show. And again, this is Officer Vinnie DiGerolamo from Cornelius Police Department, and we will definitely see you guys next time. Thanks for listening, everybody. You take care. Merry Christmas.
North Charlotte.